because if you don't like what I post, if it's offending you or making you uncomfortable, there's called a block and delete.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, hey, is everything others? If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, uplifters. So we're doing something different here, as you can see. The last video, I haven't posted it yet, but the last video is of Angel. I didn't even introduce you. This is Angel. He already said what's up. He doesn't like the camera. He's not used to that, so this is, new for him. But we did a video that I didn't post yet. I have to. You asking me questions, but we were talking about my trauma and like family stuff, and it was really a good conversation. And I felt like picking up the camera and talking about it. So hopefully, this can help someone. But yeah, so where do you want to start, or should I?
Start. It's your channel. You can start.
Okay, so pretty much what we were talking about is dealing with my family and how my trauma played out and how my uncle got out of prison and how everyone was so accepting of him or whatever, right? You remember I said that? And then I said something along the lines of, I'm still hurt by how they did me. When you ask why does it still affect me in a sense?
To reiterate, to explain, is like why do you still feel hurt by people that did you wrong and it was so long ago? Like, I get over stuff fast. Like, even if I don't get over something, I'll drop that person before I drop the topic.
Yeah.
I'm still think about the subject. But I'm be, pissed at them people. I'm gonna fall out with them people.
But so you still, like, you keep it moving.
Yeah, but so it's like, to me, it's like, it seems like something that you're holding on to. So for what? Because why are they important?
Because, so my whole thing is, when you've been conditioned for so long, and I feel like conditioned, brainwashed, are they like the same or is it still different?
It's the same.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say conditioned because that's what I always say. Been conditioned for so long that family is everything. The blood is thicker than water. I'm used to these things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to that. So, and I was big on family for so long, and
family wasn't big on you.
Even though they act like that, that's what makes me so mad. And like, I'm not mad. It's the fact that I feel like a lot of y'all played in my face and I didn't know because I was blind by the family dynamic. I was blinded by what I thought love and family should be. I was blinded by that. So that's why I'm like, y'all played in my face. Y'all betrayed me because I feel like y'all lied, because if you really didn't like mess with me, that would have been fine. But dealing with me and having a relationship with me and acting like everything's okay when it's not, that's a problem.
So up until what point did you feel that way? Like, you still feel that way now? Like, I know you going to continue to feel like they played in your face and all that shit, but like, right now, you feel like, oh,
it's affecting me?
It's affecting me.
It's not, but I feel like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, how can I put this, right? So like, I make awareness videos. I share my experiences and bring awareness about different topics. So if I'm sharing my experiences on my platform, right, and like I'm not getting no support from my family, and that's cool. I know that my support system, when it comes down to any of my content, my people that I know is not going to support me as hard as strangers. I know that. But when some people make it a point to either have my name in their mouth about a topic where they think that I'm specifically talking about my uncle, or they feel like I am still bringing up old stuff, or I'm still like unhealed, or commenting on my stuff about something, and they're like being defensive about my story, that's what I feel like I have a problem with. And that's what makes me mad, because if you can't say, oh my gosh, Nay, I'm glad that you're healing, you're doing a good job, you're doing something different. Like, I'm not used to this, it's making me uncomfortable, but I'm proud of you. That's what makes me mad, because if you don't like what I post, if it's offending you or making you uncomfortable, there's called a block and delete. But instead, they still here, and they still show up in a way that I don't like.
Right. So, how do you feel about you blocking them?
Okay, so this might be petty. I don't know if this would be petty or not. I don't think it would be petty. It's like, in my head, I want you to see my growth. I want you to see what I'm doing. I want you to be the one to block me, because I don't have a problem with you necessarily. You have the problem with me, so why should I block you? And you another view, even though it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're another viewer.
So even though it's people that you don't like, and you know people that don't really like you at all, you don't care if they watch you. Just to see what you're doing. Like, you don't care if they reporting back to each other, going around saying this and that about you because of what they have seen, and then they misinterpret it and they take it to somebody else.
To be honest, I don't care, and I feel like maybe it's just me coming from a place of just saying F it, you know? Like, if you take it the wrong way and you don't understand me and you don't want to get to understand me, that's on you. Is that a bad way to think? Is that a bad way?
It's not necessarily bad or necessarily good.
Or the toxic.
It is toxic. And I feel like you grew up in a lot of toxicity. So it's like, you only
do what I know.
You know.
And I'm trying to break out of that, but it's hard because, like, I used to want to feel validated a lot. And now that I'm like, I don't need no validation, it's just like, you see what I post, you see what I post. I don't need your validation. But if I would block half the people on social media, I would have nobody on social media. But no, like, I don't know. So, yeah. I just feel like, I don't know how I feel.
How do you feel about, like, even though your mom, per se, is the one that
conditioned me,
helped you out of the situation when she got your uncle arrested behind what he did to you? How do you feel, because she's also the one that was like one of his biggest supporters when he got out?
Okay, so
disregarded your feelings.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain that because I feel like it has to be a backstory. Not a backstory, but a backstory. So, like, as soon as you said something about mom, like, I got, like, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like I have to, that's, like, one person that I feel like I have to protect because she's my mom.
I know it's hard for you, but these are the tough questions that need to be asked. It's kind of like if you had to be put in the hot seat and you go down to the police station and you got to tell your story, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like the first time you told your story on YouTube.
Yeah, he can't be around me or whatever the case is, and she was kind of like, okay, like, going off about it, and I felt in that moment like, okay, like, yeah, like, he's not gonna be around. Like, in my head, I'm like, he's not gonna be around because mom gonna make sure that even if he's across the street or whatever, or not across the street, but like in another court, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then eventually he started coming into my court, which is like, why the hell why is he so close? And then he's on my step. And it's like, I did not voice my opinion and my views. And I feel like at that moment, me being that age, like, I could have, but I was voiceless. And to see that how easy it was, like, for her, I know she had to go through her stuff and my dad to go through their stuff to, like, to forgive him on their own, but I felt like it was easy for them to forgive. You know what I'm saying? And that's what messes me up. And that's what hurt. Like, I know that someone told me, like, oh, like, my dad was, like, upset about it, but, like, he probably didn't give a pushback because of my mom. And it was like, it's like, why are we, it's like we're protecting a predator. We're having his back before mine, in a sense. And So this day she's like, oh, that's my brother, that's my family. And I'm just like, but just because he's your family and you forgave him doesn't mean you need to let him back in your life. And she thinks that I am, she thinks I'm mean. She thinks that I think that what it is I am walking in my truth, standing on my boundaries that is unusual for someone to do with my family. And when they're doing me doing something out of the norm for my family to do, it makes everybody uncomfortable. But me standing up for myself, I can only stand for myself. I expected her to not talk to him, and I voiced my opinion about it. But at the end of the day, like, she still talks to him. She still doing it.
Do you feel like that's like a black family thing or your family thing?
A black family thing. Unfortunately, this is a black family problem. I feel like, I'm not even gonna. I have to speak because we're black, right? But I feel like that is sometimes a family thing.
Yeah.
I've seen people. I've heard people's stories. Watched documentaries and true crimes, and I've seen it where it's family. You protect the family. It's not about the people in the family. It's about the family name. Like, the family not important. The people, it's the protecting the secrets, and that's the problem.
In my opinion, that should never end well.
No, it never ends well
for the victim or the survivor. I don't care what you want to be called, or what your title is. And no disrespect from what you went through.
Yeah,
and now you feel like you deserve a better title.
Yeah,
that's when you.
Yeah,
that's great. That's fine, but at the end of the day, what you went through is still what you went through, no matter what title you're called. Yeah. Because a victim is no better than a survivor, and a survivor is no better than a victim. But I feel like, like I feel for you.
Thank you.
And the shit that you went through, and it seems like everybody invalidated you while you were still trying to validate their feelings.
Yeah, I was a people pleaser. Yeah. I felt like I was doing the right thing by keeping the peace. And if you guys don't know, maybe you gotta watch like videos back. After I forgave my uncle, it gave everybody the green light for him to be around constantly. And in my head, mentally messed up. I was messed up. I was going through it, and I did not understand why until I had to take a step back and be like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you around him? Like, why are you subjecting yourself to him? And when I started saying, I don't want... So I kind of have, right now, this very moment, I have resentment. Because towards my mom about the situation. Okay, so when my uncle was locked up in prison for how long he was locked up, she, like, I knew she hated him. Like, she didn't ask about him. Like, she even said, like, oh, I hate him. Like, I hate him. Or whatever. And then got out of prison. And it was weird because he was already in the neighborhood. Like, you know how my old neighborhood is. He was already in the neighborhood at other family member houses because where I live is small. Like, it's a small county. So many places you gonna go. But he was specifically at a family member house. And then, like, she made a big deal or whatever. Like, oh, he not supposed to be around. I don't want my uncle around. It was just like, why not? Or it didn't matter or whatever. And I'm going to say this because it's my truth. It's my story. I can't help how you showed up in my story. And it's my truth to tell. Okay, I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say it vaguely, but I don't know how I'm going to say it. I don't know how I'm going to edit this out. I don't know. But I'm just going. I had to take a breather. So I'm not telling all my business, but this is very important because I feel like people need to be mindful. People need to be mindful of what they do and how they do things when it comes down to dealing with trauma in the family. So, some months ago, I was told that my uncle was riding with someone and that person was already coming somewhere that I was at. So I was at my mom's house and I was already there, and someone was already coming there but they had my uncle. And I'm like, so that person couldn't just drop my uncle off to where he had to go. He came there. And if I didn't speak up for myself, he would have came in the house. He would have came in the house. And I feel like that was a big boundary that my mom broke, because if I said I don't want to be around him at all, I don't want to interact with him, and I don't want to, nothing. Why would you then invalidate my feelings and me by having him come there and then kind of getting mad at me for saying I don't want him in the house? That really hurt me. I feel like I was a kid again. I felt crazy. It felt like, I don't know the feeling. I felt anger. I felt sadness. I felt all the emotions that you could feel. I felt it. I felt like I was betrayed. I don't know. I felt crazy.
I feel like all of your feelings were validated. Like I would have felt the same way too. Like I would have felt confused, anxious. You know what I mean? Like,
I felt all those things. I felt like,
what the fuck do you do? Where you go from here?
Right.
And how did you get there?
Yeah.
How did you get in this position? And everything that I would have felt, I would have took it out on her.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, I would have took it out on her.
I have a thing where I show people so much grace, but I feel like I don't get that in return.
Of course not.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, when people say things about me making videos, and I don't know if they think that they don't watch all my videos or watch my videos all the way through to where they think I'm exposing the family or exposing, like, my uncle or whatever the case is, but that's something that I don't do. I've seen people do that to where they put people names out there. People put people pictures out there and all that stuff. I don't do that. I just speak my truth. And if my truth hits you hard, if it touches you, if it makes you, like I said, feel uncomfortable, I can't help that. It's not my responsibility, but it's not my problem if you're feeling away, in a sense. But my truth is my truth, and if anybody want to share their truth, they can do that. And I feel like my truth shouldn't be, like, suppressed to please people. And I think that's what people have tried to do since I started my YouTube channel.
Right. And why is that, do you think? Do you think that's because, like, it's meant to be whatever you went through meant to be, like, no big deal to them? Like, they don't understand what you went through because it's like...
It's not them?
It's not them. And also because it's the person that did it to you. So it's like, oh, it wasn't, that bad.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a lot of things. I feel like it's because they never experienced it, maybe. Maybe they have experienced it and they dealt with it differently. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because... maybe they're embarrassed in general. Like, I don't know what it could be to where they feel uncomfortable with me sharing my truth. I don't know. It's just like this. I could talk for hours about this, but, like, I just don't. By me doing things the way I do, I protect everybody that's involved, because I don't do that. I show grace. I show compassion and empathy even when I don't understand it sometimes, and I get the short end of the stick a lot of the times. I just take it on the chin.
And do you feel like that's something that you've done to yourself? Like, do you beat yourself up about it? Like, oh, well, I pulled that short end of the stick, or I put myself in this position. I left myself vulnerable to these people, not even just to the abusers, but to the rest of your family members that have something against you, any animosity towards you. Do you feel like it's something that you caused, or there's something internally that they got to work on it themselves?
No, I didn't cause it. I didn't cause it because that's not my. But what y'all think of me is not my. That's not none of my business. Mm-hmm. What y'all feel is none of my business. I used to care a lot. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to want to be validated. in every situation. Like, even if it came down to a hairstyle, I wanted people to notice me in a way and love me. But now looking at it, it's just, it was all a facade to just, because we've been conditioned so much that we think that we have to deal with people because they're family, and that's not the case. Like, you can love someone. Oh my gosh, how much I love my family and want the best for them, but I don't have to deal with you on any level. You know, like I've contemplated things. I thought about the conversation that could be had. If anybody had a question that they wanted to ask me, I would answer it. But it also depends on how you come at me with the question, how you want to go about it. We can have a conversation, but it has to be respectful. But I don't feel like people want a conversation because then they have to hold themselves accountable and deal with their own stuff. And they don't want to do that. I mean, I'm not saying they don't want to, because I don't want to assume that, but it seems like that. And I'm just like, I'm going to speak my truth. And my truth is out loud, and I'm proud about it. And I feel like I have been hiding and not doing the work that I know that's my purpose, because I'm like, I get discouraged. Like,
Do you feel that's something that you could ever get over?
feeling discouraged, or
just feeling discouraged, or feeling like, guilt tripping yourself, or anything that anybody have ever projected onto you. Do you feel like you can get over that and eventually begin to heal?
Yeah, like I feel like I am healing, but I feel like I'm at a standstill. I have to get over it, because there's nowhere, no place to go but up. There's no place to go but to heal. And if I have to take a little step back from healing once in a while to get myself together, to regroup, that's what I have to do. But like, I cannot allow anyone to dictate my future, my peace, my joy, my anything, because they've done it for so long. Even if they think they haven't, or they don't know what part they played in it, I guess you would have to do that. They would have to do some self-evaluation with that, like to see like, what have I ever did today to what she talk about me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people, like, what's the saying? Like, a hit dog will holler. It's so crazy. It's like a funny thing. But if a hit dog will holler and they're just assuming that I'm talking about them, then maybe they have to reevaluate, or like ask me a question. Like, I am a open book for my social media platform, for Nay Uplifting Others, even for Nay's Own World. So I feel like if conversations were had, it would be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would ever, my guard would be up still, but it would be like, I'll be okay with a conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been real, too real for me. Now I'm about to just go and, I don't know. Oh, I just feel like I was too vulnerable.
I feel like to anybody that's going through something like this, I feel like you should find, like your group. I feel like you should find, even if you can't find a group, I think you should find God, first of all. First and foremost, find God. Love Him, love yourself, learn Him, learn yourself. And that's the main thing, the main ways that you can heal in any situation that you're going through.
Amen.
Other than that, if you're not so much of His fan,
We can't help you.
I really can't help you. But at the same time, I do understand that everybody got different viewpoints. Everybody got things that they go through. Some people have actual religious trauma.
Yeah, that's a big thing too.
So I do understand. I'm not there with you, because I've grown past where I was once at. But I do hope that you will open up your heart and your doors to somebody that understands exactly what you're going through. Somebody that's willing to hear you out, even if they never went through anything that you've been through or the like. And I hope that you can find some type of peace and move forward. The biggest thing that I've found helpful through certain situations would be to talk it out.
Yeah.
So no matter If your friend is Muslim, you're Christian, you know, you're Jewish, they're Christian, no matter what's going on with that, I find that talking is the biggest factor in healing.
Yeah.
And there's definitely groups out there, of course, Visit Nay Uplifting Others.
Yeah.
She's a big one, you know what I mean?
I try to be.
She's always there. She's always there to talk to people who went through the same thing she went through or different. So she really don't care if you've been through the same thing or not. But as long as you're going through trauma, she's going to help you heal. It's all about uplifting each other, and she got you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. But this has been real, y'all. If y'all made it through this whole entire thing, leave me some purple hearts. Like, share, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Bye.